This week, the music department tells me why playing at Copia was music to our ears. This is Puc-Cast. Welcome back to another exciting week. With us we have Rachelle Davis, who is the Assistant Professor of Music at PUC, as well as the Orchestra Director. Rachelle, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
Now, for those who may not be aware or familiar with it, what is Copia?
Copia. And we were working on this earlier.
Yeah,
but
we certainly were.
It's like, it's just Copia, but no. It's the American Center for Wine, Food, and the Arts.
Excellent.
And it is in Napa, which is 45 minutes from here, for those of you who are not familiar with the trek down the hill. And they have a lovely amphitheater where they often do speeches, lectures, and
movies. I've seen advertisements.
But they also have twice weekly musical performances, Thursday night and Saturday night.
Okay, so how did it end up that the PUC music department was invited to go down?
Yeah.
Or were they invited?
Were they invited? No, we forced ourselves upon them.
Show you up on their doorstep. We're going to play for you.
Right. No, Michelle Rye contacted Julie Lee and myself and said, hey, I was just talking to Richard Miami, who's the coordinator for the events like concerts and such, and was saying, hey, you know, it'd be nice to have a PUC presence down there, and we'd like to get together and talk about it. So Richard came up, and the four of us got together for lunch, and anyway, it kind of took off from there.
Progressed from there. Nice. Now, what was it like playing such beautiful music among the heathens?
Lovely, of course.
How did the performance go?
No, the performance went really well. Our students performed really well. We actually had two concerts.
Okay.
The first concert was the end of January, beginning of February, somewhere in that time period. And the faculty quintet played there. And so we had a run through to do chamber music down there. And then the end of April, we brought our student ensembles down there. And, and they did a really fine job. I was very, very pleased with the performance of our student ensembles.
Now, with this most recent show, what did you play?
So the show started off with E-Contori, which is our small touring choir, doing about 25 minutes worth of music, and they did a wide variety of mostly sacred music, but everything from spirituals to Bach, and well, Baroque music anyway. I don't know if it was Bach, but anyway, some very fine music under the direction of Bruce Rasmussen, and that was followed by the PUC String Quartet, the Honor String Quartet with Leroy Peterson, and they did a nice selection of music, and then we had an intermission, and then the PUC Handbell Choir, under the direction of Rosalie Rasmussen, played several pieces, and then we had a couple soloists: Linda Marks, Alice Wang, Elvin Capulli. Yes, those three soloists who are really fine soloists, piano, violin, and violin again. And then we ended up with the Mendelssohn Octet, which is just the first movement of it, but it's a marvelous piece of music, and the kids did fabulous.
You really threw a powerhouse at them this time.
It was a very intense concert. It was really nice, but went a little long.
So. A little long, okay.
Yeah, but it was it was interesting watching the audience reaction. They were just people who I didn't know. I recognized from various concerts in the community, but very engaged and very excited about what they heard coming from our student performers.
Any responses that you've heard so far about the show?
People were very, very. I can't give you a specific one, but they were just overall. It was very positive. The director, Richard Miami, was just, this was a great show. We just wish we could have got more people out. It was not well attended, and we'd hoped to bring in more audience members from the Adventist community and certainly broaden our presence within the Napa community. I'm not sure that that was the right venue for us to start out with. Just the tickets were pricey when they're used to coming to concerts for free at PUC. And it's a Thursday night, and it was an 8 o'clock concert, so it was late on a work night, and they don't usually.
It went long too.
And it went long too, but people didn't show up to begin with. So I think I'd like to see us back down in Napa again, but maybe not at Copia, even though it was a very lovely location, and it was a wonderful opportunity to be there.
Would you say like build up to that location
I
again?
think
Maybe
so. I mean,
I
think when the bands that have done really well there, the shows that have done really well, have a local following. And and when we talked with Richard Miami about this, the question was, there's the Title Wine in Copia, and is that going to be a problem? And I think he was hoping that we'd be able to draw from American Canyon and Napa and Sonoma and bring in a bunch of people. And we just really haven't built a presence down there yet to say, hey, they do a great job. It's really great. It's worth your time and money to come out on a weeknight to perform. So I'd like to see us, I think we'll continue performing down there and build up, and then eventually maybe come back to Copia when we can have a sold-out audience.
It's kind of the Carnegie Hall of the Napa Valley,
something like that. Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity to have played there, and I certainly hope that someday we'll be back down there in whatever form, but that PUC is again represented at Copia.
Okay. As we close here, what other musical events are happening toward the end of this quarter? I know we're getting really close to the end. If there are any
we do. It's Saturday afternoon, June 7, we're doing the Brahms Requiem. In Holland Hall Auditorium on the campus of PUC, which is in the music building. 4 p.m. Saturday afternoon, June 7. We'll be doing the Brahms Requiem with full chorus and orchestra. The text, which is normally sung in German, will be in English.
Okay.
It's easier. We don't have to learn the language. It would have been nice, but it's performed, but not that often. I don't know if it's been performed on this campus very recently, but it's an exciting work, and
it sounds like it's going to be very exciting.
And then we do have then Sunday night, the following Sunday night, the 8th of June, will be the big band concert.
Oh,
and I believe that's at 7. Yeah, this should be really fun. So, Carl Keller is the director of that one. So.
Okay. If there anyone out there in the viewing land would like to find out more information, do you have a website, a phone number?
Yes. So you can call the music department, certainly, at 707-965-6201.
6201, all right.
And that's our music department home number. As far as the department webpage, I can't spout it off directly, but if you go to puc.edu and click on academic departments, the music department, we have a music department homepage, and you can find our concert listing there. And we have the concerts listing of the rest of the semester, quarter. We do have several student recitals coming up.
Excellent.
Kids who are finishing off the quarter, and it's one of those milestones that they get to go through to finish their degree.
So there's still enough.
Yeah, there's still lots of fun stuff coming up.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Rachelle, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
Excellent. And thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you at the shows. Take care and have a great night.